you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. The good weeks will come. And it kind of sucks, but sometimes the bad weeks are needed to make the good weeks good. Isn't that the horrible, horrible irony of it all, of the human experience? No matter how good things get, our brains like to make things bad sometimes. I don't know. It always normalizes itself out. I always think it's good to practice some gratitude. It's kind of the way to combat our brains being so mean to us. Just take some time to notice what we do have. And maybe what we have is really great, actually, when you think about the fact that you presumably have a roof over your head. And you'll go to sleep knowing that you're safe, that you have a locked door, and that you know you'll have food tomorrow, and maybe you have a temperature-controlled room. Actually, that's been an issue this past week. Oh my goodness. Am I really going to talk about the weather, little bunny? Is your daddy really going to subject you to some weather talk? I feel like weather is one of my least favorite topics of conversation. I know people like it. Maybe you like talking about the weather, little bunny. But, oh, it's been hot. It's been hot lately. There's always problems for us to solve in the world. But we're going to solve them, right, little bunny? You're going to pick some problems to solve. I'm going to pick some problems to solve. We're going to encourage each other and your fellow bunnies too. And we're going to be our own pocket of good. Just good wherever we go. Good this, good that. Because life can be really amazing. And it very rarely seems to happen automatically. But you can make it happen. I believe in you, little bunny. I'm here to help you too. What kind of problems do you want to solve in the world? I don't want to give advice or anything. This isn't an advice podcast. This is just the daddy hanging out with you, my little bunny. So, where are we today, little bunny? Do you know where we are? As with garden magic, I'm with you right now, wherever you are. I'm really here whispering into your ears. You've got me wherever you are. Really, really. I really mean it. That's how garden magic works. I'm right here, right now, in your very ears. How does it feel, little bunny? How does it feel? How does it feel to have your daddy here with you right now? Yeah? I'm going to give you a hug with my mind, with my hand hug, if you know how to do that. Just feel me. Send all my love. I'm embracing you right now. I really am. Garden magic, little bunny. And the garden magic goes two directions, because you know what? You're here with me right now. Do you know where we are right now, little bunny? I want you to send your love to me. I want to feel you. Come on, you can send more. Yeah. Get really in tune with me. Let's take a breath together. There you are. I can feel you. You are with me right now, little bunny. You probably already know. I've said it in all my other platforms. What platforms do we have, little bunny? We've got, let's ramble through them real quick. TikTok, Instagram. Instagram's really important to follow me there. Follow the podcast if you're not already following the podcast. And then we, of course, have the locked section of the garden, which is where I get to put lots and lots of special stuff that doesn't go anywhere else. And I feel the most myself there. That's Patreon, by the way. It's very, very cheap. And I want it to be basically as cheap as possible so that there's not a barrier to entry. But it's just a little bit of a barrier so that it's really, really people who love me. And it lets me love in return just a little bit more than I do on TikTok and Instagram and things like that, and Twitter, little voice notes on Twitter. Because none of this is fake, little bunny. You're getting the real me. I was talking with someone recently and I referred to myself as a performer, and I felt like such a liar, little bunny. That's what's so special about what you and I have. This isn't fake. I don't give you fake love. I really open myself up to you every time I say, hey there, little bunny. Especially on the podcast and in the, well, I won't talk about locked section right now. Let's talk about the podcast right now. Here, you and me. I really feel my heart open towards you right now. I hope you feel it, because it's real. It hurts when I hear some of your fellow bunnies, or some of your would-be fellow bunnies, but they're resistant to the idea that maybe this is real love that I'm giving. There's a resistance to that, like it's too good to be true. Well, they're half right. It is good, and it is true. I don't like this default pessimism that seems to be so common. Little bunny, there's so many amazing things that can be experienced in life. So many really, really amazing things. It's totally possible. It's totally doable. We'll talk about that in a bit. The one I was thinking of talking about tonight is lust. One of the 7 deadly sins. We won't reference other sets of ideas and things like that. But there's definitely this. What's the word, little bunny? Like a dismissal, a dirtiness of this emotion of lust. What is lust, little bunny? It's that jolt of, I feel it like electricity all throughout my body. It's a little bit of a jealousy, I guess, or a little bit of a kind of a desire, not a jealousy of other people, but such a profound desire. It's a beautiful emotion, and it can cause people to do really stupid things, but can also be a source of joy. And I would hate for bad things to keep you from being able to experience lust. Anyway, we'll get more to that later. Where am I? I didn't even tell you where I am, little bunny. Where we are. So, we have been touring Europe for the first time. I'll say I. It's easier for me to ramble if I just say I. But I've been touring Europe for the first time in adulthood. It's been pretty great, honestly. I'm actually not one for travel. It was our dear Queen Little Bunny. Our Queen Little Bunny. She's, I don't know. Is she our Queen Little Bunny? Is she my Queen Little Bunny? Is she your Queen Little Bunny? I don't know. But the love of my life, of whom I'm in an open partnership with. So there's plenty of room for you, little bunny. She's so into travel. She'd wanted to travel for so long, but hadn't been able to. And so we had a little opportunity to do some traveling. She'd always wanted to go see Europe again. I'm the kind of person who's just like New York City, little bunny. Your daddy had his eyes set on New York City, and once you go there, it's like the world comes to you, you know? Have you ever been to New York City, little bunny? Somewhere everyone wants to go, including me. So I moved there. And yeah, it feels like the center of the world to me in some ways. And so it's a bit surreal to go out and experience the world from the other inside out way. of going to places. So I'm not much of a traveler, actually. Can you believe that? At least I hadn't been. Oh, you want to hear about my travels? Little bunny. You want to hear about my travels, little bunny? Hear about your daddy hopping around the world. Okay. Well, I guess we'll eventually get to where I am right now, where I've brought you with me. Give me a second. Let me take a sip of water. All right, little bunny. I'll tell you where I am. I am in. We'll play a game. So, I get just a little bit of data on demographics of bunnies and things like that. It's very limited, but one thing that TikTok and the podcast does let me know is where the biggest cities are in terms of bunny population. And so I have some general idea of how many bunnies are in the various big cities of the world. And I'm in the city with the most bunnies of any city. I am in, little bunny, Berlin, the capital of Germany. Deutschland, as they say in the language. I don't know why we say Germany in English. It makes no sense. But yeah, I'm here in Germany, little bunny. Hold on 1 second. Gotta fix something. Give me a second. All right, here we go. I'm back. What are we even doing in Berlin, little bunny? Oh, how much can I tell you? How much is a secret? Well, I was talking about New York City. I'll tell you a secret, little bunny. Fine. It's so hard for me to keep secrets from you. Gotta promise not to tell, okay, little bunny? Keep this a secret. So, as you know, I'm infatuated with New York City. But Queen Little Bunny wants to be a citizen of the world. And one such place that she is very fond of is Berlin. And there is no way I will ever truly move away from New York City. But it's possible there will be some Berlin in my future. We'll see. We will see, little bunny. It's actually, believe it or not, you want to know the plot twist of this whole Europe trip that we've been going on? The plot twist is that a large part of it is to scope out Berlin specifically. Just to see what the energy is like. To see what it's like to bring you here with me. Make a podcast from here. Make some TikToks and things like that. Do I feel like my ambitious self? My super confident self? My crazy, crazy self that you love so much, little bunny? Your daddy is crazy, isn't he? And I love it. And that's something I miss right now about New York City. I talked about in the podcast when I was in Vienna about choosing the place that's right for you. I talked about how Beethoven chose Vienna, and I encouraged you to find out where you might choose. And for me, I get even teary-eyed just thinking about it. I choose New York City. And I'm realizing right now, it's because I'm a little crazy, isn't it, little bunny? What you and I have is not something that normal people can have access to, little bunny. You and I are both crazy, aren't we? I'm crazy enough to make it happen, and you're crazy enough to still be here with me. And I love being crazy together. Maybe that's why I love New York so much. It's like crazy is the default. It's the place where crazy people come to do crazy things and be the best in the world. Oh, getting so inspired just thinking about it. And while Berlin is really, really beautiful, really nice, and I'm still getting a handle on it, I don't think I'll ever fall out of love with New York City. I haven't gone to the dance clubs yet, though. Well, kind of. We'll see. There's a certain kind of techno club experience that is supposed to be very, very iconic. We'll see. I don't know. But I feel like people here are pretty sane. They're very countercultural. That's for sure. It's a very wild city. But not quite like New York. We'll see. I don't know. You'll have to sell me on Berlin, little bunny. I'm not writing it off yet. But Queen Little Bunny and I are trying to figure out what place Berlin might have in our lives. I don't think I'll ever spend any more than... Excuse me, little bunny. Well, we'll talk about that later. I don't want to get stuck talking in circles. How are you doing, little bunny? How are you doing? I want to walk it back. I don't think Berlin isn't crazy enough for me. I feel like I'm not crazy enough when I'm in Berlin. I feel a bit too much like a normal person. Speaking of lust, I was out meeting people. I guess I can say. I can't say what activity it was. I'll tell you later. I want to give away my spot in case I go back, which I probably will next week. But I was out meeting people and I didn't feel the thrill of lust like I normally do. Feeling attraction is one thing. There's plenty of people I'm attracted to here. But maybe it has to do with this New York ambition. I wonder if you can harness the power of lust, little bunny. It's this kind of extreme motivation. This intoxicating energy of desire. It can really push you to accomplish great things. If you harness it in a positive way. Do you ever feel lust, little bunny? I really want you to be able to feel lust. There's this sense of motivation, sense of power, this thing that pushes you to be the best version of yourself. It's all rolled into one. This whole wholesome, sexy thing that I'm pioneering. I don't know if I'm pioneering it, but I'm championing this energy where you can be your full self and be sexual at the same time. It doesn't matter if you're having sex or not. Yeah, sexuality can come in all different forms, plenty of which can be solo. Don't ever let someone else put your sexuality on their terms. You are the owner of your own sexuality, little bunny. You better prevent other people from pressuring you or trying to bring you into their terms. I want you to be sexy on your own terms, little bunny. Yeah. Do things when it's right for you. I want it to be a source of super, super positivity. I remember there was a time when I felt that being sexy and sexual was just so wrong. Like I was betraying my wholesome self. Someone who's very, very close to me. Very, very close to me. Perhaps my best friend in the world. I'm just now remembering. I told her about this. I told her about about this conflict that I felt, where I had this wholesome side of myself, and then I had this sexual side of myself. And it felt like I wasn't allowed to be both at the same time. Yeah, it's like I can either be this dirty side of me that has these lustful feelings, and it's like when you feel turned on, you're in this realm of shame, like you're misbehaving, like being turned on and being attracted to someone in a lustful way. Is this sin, I guess you could say. And felt like feeling lust, just the feeling of it. Feels like that was a betrayal of the wholesome side of myself that I loved so very much. Wow. She really helped me in this way. I wonder if I can help you too. Do you ever feel like you're split? If you're ever in this mood of wanting to indulge in lust, just imagine by yourself for a moment. What's a fantasy you have? Let's bring a fantasy to mind, little bunny, that gets this feeling in your gut squirming a little bit. Is it a desire for it to happen, or is it this kind of awestruck thought of it could be real? Even if it's not real, can you find something, some thought? You can make it me if you want. Oh man, should I instill some jealousy in you? No, I won't be that mean. That's more locked audio territory. The locked section is 18 plus. Don't join if you're not 18. What's a lustful thought you have about me? Something you wish that I would do with you. Something you wish would happen between us. Do you feel in any way a sense of guilt about those thoughts? Yeah. Are you 100% aligned so that you just feel like you're 100% self when you think lustful thoughts? Or is there a part of you that's shy about it, ashamed of it in a worst case scenario? Let's see if we can fix that. If you have a plushie by you, I recommend grabbing a plushie. That was the suggestion of my best friend when I told her about this. She said, so you have these two sides of you. You want them to be one. She said, start from that. I called it the pink side of myself. Start from that side. The fuzzy side that's cuddly and happy and wants to be wholesome. Then we're slowly going to introduce lust and sexuality, whether it's with yourself or with other people or whatever's right for you in the point in your life where you are. And it can come and go. Sometimes things can be right and then you need a break. It's all fine. It's all fine. So if you've got a plushie, or maybe next time you're feeling lustful and you want to indulge in some feelings, grab a plushie and hold that plushie the whole time. Squeeze it. Give it all the love of your heart. And let yourself feel lust at the same time. There's very few people who can help you get this side of yourself. That's why I think this is so important when we have. You help me too. You help give me this wholesome, sexy feel that I love so much. It's what I strive for. It's really, really nice. All right, let me get some water. Let's take a step back. Oh my goodness, little bunny. This is a spicy refuse to feel guilty for it being spicy. There's all kinds of pressures, aren't there? Society isn't really set up right now for there to be this harmony. It's okay. That's why we have our own secret place here, where we can feel this way, you and me. We can squeeze a plushie and dream about all kinds of fantasies, things that ignite our bodies on fire, fill us with desire. And then when you can fuel that desire to becoming great, doing great things, it's such a motivator, little bunny. You can motivate it to make your life better. It's so great. I don't think I would do the garden if it was lust-free. It just makes no sense, does it? At the same time, if the garden was only lust, I don't think I would do it either. It's just this beautiful, beautiful mix. All right, little bunny, stop distracting me. I'm going to get some water. Here we go. It's not fun for you to hear me sip it, but I have this water bottle. It's from Japan. Did you know that? I think I might have told you before. Listen to it pop open. Ready? Isn't that the best pop sound ever? I got it when I was traveling through Japan. That was the last time I really traveled. If you don't count popping over the border too. Actually, no, I've done some traveling. I'm such a liar, little bunny. But I did enjoy traveling to Japan many years ago, and I did it for work. I was a little mini celebrity. Very mini. At that point. I can't tell you what the work was. Maybe I'll tell you someday. I don't like that I have to be secretive, but it's important for me to have boundaries and things, as you can understand. But even if you don't get life details from me, you get the real me in ways that the vast majority of people in my life don't get. So, I'll tell you a little bit. So, went all through Japan. 1 second. But I didn't get to spend more than one day in any place. We were bouncing, place to place to place. I was able to flirt in Japan, actually. That was fun. Oh, man. Oh, you want to hear a hilarious story? Oh, man. Okay, I'll tell. Oops, excuse me, little buddy. I'll tell you a hilarious story. Oh, my God, it's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. No, I can't tell it. I can't tell it. I'm too embarrassed, little bunny. I'm too embarrassed. But now that I've said it, I guess I have to tell you. What do you think, little bunny? You want to hear an embarrassing story from your daddy? So I was with a group for this work thing in Japan. And my favorite thing, even though we had a group of English speakers, I liked to go out on my own. Just walk into a random bar. And people don't really speak English in Japan. I just go in and sit down by my lonesome, and an hour later I'd be friends with everybody. We'd be having a great time, making so many memories. There was this one night I was feeling very lustful, so I was like, I'm going to go flirt. And so I walked into this bar and went up to these two women and started flirting a little bit, but it felt a little bit professional. And then I learned that they were like business partners. It was kind of like a business, like a casual. They were having a business meeting, but it was like, it was the wrong context. So I like slipped out from there and I talked to this other couple, these two women, and they were just there having fun, and they were super enthusiastic about who was this American boy with this sexy voice who was very confident and charming. was really playing it up, you know. I was being very playful and I was performing a bit, honestly, I guess. Trying to be my most sexy bad boy self, actually. And that's where I did something really, really stupid. Because I wanted to be the bad boy. I wanted to. So embarrassing. So this, I ended up hitting it off with one of the women. And, we were like holding hands, doing lots of eye contact and stuff like that. And it was about time for me to go. And so we had agreed that we would meet or something later on. I couldn't remember what it was. But we were like about to kiss. Like leaning in. And then I got up and I walked out. I just walked out the door as we were like leaning in to kiss. It was like such a power move, such a scripted bad boy power move. I was trying to be like in some kind of TV show or something. So I just stood up after being the most enticing man she had ever met. Just walk out and leave. And then when we met up the next day, she was like not into me at all. I totally blew it. That's what I get for performing, Little Bunny. But it turned out to be a great story, didn't it? And I was so confused. I was like, no, why is she? Why is the fire not here between us anymore? Didn't I do the ultimate power move bad boy thing? Shouldn't she be totally into me even more than before? It's like, Daddy Lindy, you stupid boy. But it was fun. The lust was fun. And I guarantee she didn't forget about it either. She might have been like, Jesus Christ, this guy. Ego too big for his skull. That's probably the main criticism I get in life. Ego too big. Yeah, I won't apologize for it. What else about my time in Japan? I will say it's my favorite place I've ever traveled to. Horrible work culture. I would not want to move there. They really, really work themselves to death. That's not good. But to visit, wonderful. And hopefully, if I could have a way of influencing that culture to make them have a healthier relationship to work, I would do that. I don't know if you noticed, Little Bunny, I've been tagging in every single one of my TikToks and Instagram. I used ChatGPT. I was like, ChatGPT, what are the hashtags that sexy boy voices, sexy men do in Japan? What do all the sexy voice content creators in Japan put for their hashtags? I don't speak Japanese. I wonder if I can pull it up and translate it. Let's see where it is. And I was like, ChatGPT, give me the list of hashtags. And I found one. And I copy and pasted it. Now it's in every single one of my TikToks because I'm trying to get some Japanese bunnies in the garden, Little Bunny. 1 second. And then I could take you to Japan. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm on my Instagram. Let's copy and paste this thing that I have no idea what it is, but it's in all of my TikToks. I'm a big fan of ChatGPT, Little Bunny. ChatGPT is programmed not to talk about lust. I don't know if you know that. Oh, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you got to get with the times, Little Bunny. Little Bunny GPT. ChatGPT is not a little bunny. I would love for ChatGPT to be a bunny. But unfortunately, they need to. They need to be okay with hearing a sexy boy. I keep saying boy. I don't know why I'm saying boy. Sexy man. Talk today. Okay, so I just typed in the hashtag in ChatGPT to find out what it translates to, and it answered me in Japanese, which I can't understand. Okay, so what does the Hashtag mean on Instagram. Let's see what I've been putting. Okay, it means... What does it literally translate to? Come on. I'm aware that this is not the most entertaining thing. It means good-looking voice. Isn't that funny? So that little Japanese hashtag that I have means good-looking voice. But I don't think we have many bunnies in Japan. Not many of your fellow bunnies in Japan, but we'll get there. I'll find a way to bring it to Japan with me, little bunny. We'll hide origami. No, it's all over Tokyo and Kyoto, in the middle of nowhere. We'll go some remote place, and then maybe you can go and get yourself a little origami. If you don't know what that reference is, leaving little origami notes all around Berlin. Okay, little bunny, what are we even talking about? We were having such a good time talking about less, and then you had to suffer through your daddy translating hashtags into ChatGPT. But you're still here, little bunny. That's why I love you. I love that you're still here, even when I do boring things. Still love me. It's okay, you're not obligated to listen to all of every podcast, but we have such a good time here, don't we? I love spending this time here with you. It's special to me. I know it's special to you too. We talked about a lot this podcast, didn't we? How should we wrap it up? Your daddy needs to go to bed. I will write you a poem. I think I'll do it tomorrow morning. I'm not doing a handheld podcast today because we have a desk in our room where we are staying. Okay, little bunny. I think it's downhill from here. So your daddy is going to get some rest. Starting to feel myself drift off into sleep. To beautiful slumber, where I hope you and I have lustful dreams of each other. I'm going to get to bed. I love you so, so much. I'll talk to you in just a few moments. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. Kind of want to go back to sleep, but maybe I should get up and go seize the day. I think I'll do that. Look at you being a good influence on me. You quit it, little bunny. Quit that right now. I have a poem for you. And I think I'll get up. Go for a morning stroll. What do you think? Good idea? Here's your poem, little bunny. Savor that burn of lustful desire, and let go that guilt that it seems to require. A sensation so deep and so core to our being is a sensation to embrace and indulge in our feeling. Have a great, great week, little bunny. Talk to you very soon. I love you.